Now, I've been. I don't know if learning language is the right thing to say, but swallowing language and impressions. For some reason, this is still on. We should turn that off. You shouldn't leave that on. And I've been watching Kpop for the past 30 minutes or so. I'm trying to be quiet because my parents are downstairs. Oh my god. What am I? Fucking 14 years old? No, I'm an adult, so I talk quietly, with reservation, as a sign of maturity. It's a sign of maturity to act more like a child in this way. And besides, I want to make a sound mix. Okay, so what's the conceptual merit of the sound mix in the video? I don't know. Cockles and muscles. I want some of that cockles and muscles. Well, I don't know. So recently, I've been thinking of a blend of a shampoo, samurai shampoo, so to speak, and how to automate stuff. Because oftentimes, I think one mode or the other of acting becomes a sort of default, a sort of vegetation that you engage in. And you could say in this context, it's like a Cain and Abel thing, you know, like God's like, fuck these yams, give me the meats. I want Arby's, give me the meats. You know. And so in that aspect, what I do, because I have no filter, I have no sort of, even filter is the wrong word, because filter implies that I'm trying to keep things back, or that, you know, I'm putting forth everything I could think of, which is false. I'm not, because from a constructive point of view, when you're all like gas, no brakes, then, you know, because things are defined not in like, push it real good, in a sort of dun 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 dun, push it real good, but it's not maximalist the way that you can act in real life, which is a weird thing. I'm sorry I haven't posted a video in a while for my, like, do I have fans or something? Do I have subscribers? I don't know. I'm, you know, the gift of YouTube is the sort of posting self-awareness, and then you're like, oh, he's speaking to me. So like anybody who looks to me like, oh, this guy is cool, can be like, yeah, you see me. So I'm watching, man, you know, K-pop might not be the most enjoyable genre, but it's definitely fucking colorful. I mean, like the lighting effects and all that stuff. You think in principle, like, oh, it's good, but if you look at it from a divorced point of view, like as sort of analects, like Confucius analects, the sort of visual effects and the sort of fluff in our media is actually quite fascinating. Like, I find the dance moves kind of boring, right? But the sort of green and red 3D effect right there, and the sort of strobe lights, and to an extent the shadow lighting, though that's kind of boring, that's kind of TLC derivative. You know, TLC did that sort of like industrial Jet Force Gemini vibe before. Yeah, this video isn't a good representative. It's just kind of like some boys being like, yo. But when you get to the different red and blue lights, that the dark lighting with the sort of shining light has a very, right there, it's very initial de-evocative. And the strobes kind of moving around has a kind of concert vibe. I guess that's what the videos are sort of for. It's to emulate the concert feel. These videos in particular. because it's like an artificial environment. You know, blue and red and all that stuff. Wow, this is so easy. Commentary channels are so easy. Green, yellow, blue, red, purple, orange. And so, you know, the only way you can really appreciate something beyond a pure sort of like aesthetic viewpoint, or at least I can, is through a naturalistic standpoint. Like, where have I seen it? I might have seen this sort of lighting in like a car, a rental car, which had all green lighting, and it was kind of creepy. It felt like I was being, you know, abducted by aliens and fixing to be probar. So yeah, anyway, that's what I'm doing, consuming K-pop, and why I'm doing it. You see, this is the part of the video where I show you my hook, my sort of like selling pitch for why you should consume me as a YouTuber. It's because, you know, I'm like Goethe, I think about how I should treat my influences, you know. I consume a lot, but I'm only influenced by a little. That's kind of interesting. Like, the white lights are kind of like the Friends lighting when they're dancing in front of the fountain. Then there's some noir lighting with the blinds. Then they're just in this random environment that looks like something maybe from Halo. I haven't actually played Halo. Or maybe from Sonic Adventure 2's tail stage where he's in space. Or maybe like Resident Evil, the first movie, the room with all the lasers. Or Resident Evil 4, the game, the room with all the lasers, which came out around the same time. It's weird when you have that sort of stuff where like the numbers don't correspond. Those really slight things that don't actually matter, but serially you don't think they should be the way they are. Okay, I'm kind of lapsing with my brain. So anyway, as I was going to be saying, I've been studying Spanish, and that's why I went on the probar, probe thing, because there's this thing with poder and poner that I have in my brain. So poner is in all the words that have pose: compose, componer, and poder is, you know, power. It's less in our words. I don't think it's really commonly prefixed, like opoder, operar, maybe. So just, it tends to, tends, I wonder how you would say tends. Tend. Maybe that's, I don't think anybody has ever said tend. I think that's the end of the video. Nobody has ever said tend. That's a good ending. Tending to be an ending. And I've been studying Arabic too. That just started today, though. I'd recommend the channel Language Transfer. It's very helpful. It's not like loaded with information. It's not necessarily something that, you know, is like Mushugana and everything, but it's very informative. It like goes into how you transfer to thinking in a different language. It's on SoundCloud. It's called Language Transfer. I'd recommend that to anybody listening if you're a language buff, or even if you're not, because I think language learning is a good sort of interstice between the sort of academic and the academic and recreational parts of people. That's another thing I've been thinking of. The way that you can sum up domesticity, because I come too hard on. And so I've been thinking of a way to not stop doing that, because that's for pussies, but like to, man, look at, what is this, Asian Macklemore? I need to see his hair again. It was really, that's trash hair. What are you, like, a 70-year-old woman? What are you, like, I don't know, that guy in, who was that white-haired guy in that Blink-182 video, maybe? White-haired guy, you know, them trying to be an old man. Oh, God. But anyway, I don't know. Yep. No filter. Raw. No fucking filter. Fuck who's watching. Fuck off. You'll be alright.